everyone, welcome back to another video and welcome back to my sewing channel. Today is another edition of Friday Sews Cosplay Edition because it is the month of October. Halloween is at the end of this month, and I want to share with you all some of the costumes that I've made my daughters in the past. So I do have a playlist. It's going to be like a cosplay playlist and not on my regular Friday Sews playlist. So if you want to see all my cosplay videos, I'll have a link in the description, and I'll also have a link on the end screen. So today I'm going to talk about my oldest daughter. She wanted to be, this is also Halloween of 2020, and she wanted to be Kaito for her costume, and I'll put a picture right here. I'm going to put a picture of the actual character Kaito, and then I'm going to put a picture of my daughter dressed up as Kaito. Now, Kaito is a Vocaloid character. My girls were heavily into these characters up until about a year or two ago, and they always wanted to dress up like them. She's actually holding a little plushie of him as well. So what I'm going to do is talk about what I made for this costume and what I bought. Now, naturally, the wig is purchased. I don't know how to make wigs. I know there's some people on YouTube that do that, but I have not dabbled in that as of yet. Also, the pants that she is wearing, I got them on clearance from Old Navy. It was, I think, $1.99 for those pants. And what I did is I used some Heat and Bond. I used Heat and Bond Light because I thought I was going to sew it, but I didn't. Ended up not doing that. But I used Heat and Bond Light on the yellow strip going down. It was supposed to be a yellow strip going down the seam, and I think and then it's like a triangle on the bottom, so it's supposed to be like an arrow, and it's going down both sides of the pant. So I just use Heat and Bond. I don't know how I would have gotten that pant under my sewing machine. I originally was going to make the pants using like a pajama bottom, but we were in Old Navy because we were looking for other things, and I saw it and it was on clearance for $1.99. I'm like, I'm just going to buy that and just add the detail to it. Also underneath, and I don't know if you can see it, you can't really see it in the picture kind of, but we bought also from Old Navy a long sleeve black shirt for her to wear underneath it. You hardly see it, so I wasn't going to, fiddle around with making her one. So the thing that I made was the jacket. Now for the jacket, I made this pattern. Just need to get the envelope. Oh no, oh, this is the wrong one. Okay, so for the jacket, I use Butterick 6740, and I use this one right here. Now, what I did was I made a muslin out of a bed sheet, and I'm glad I did it because also this one came out to be too long as is. So, naturally when you make a muslin, I just picked the size that best suited her. It was a little baggy, but I wanted it to be a little big so that she could wear it multiple times, and she has. So I just took that jacket. It's a plain white jacket, and it has princess seams in there. I made the muslin out of a bed sheet, and then I cut off probably 6 inches to make it to the length that she needed it for. Now, I always try to do my cosplay costumes on a budget whenever possible, so I actually bought the fabric to make this jacket from Goodwill. They are Pottery Barn 100% cotton. It's like a cotton twill curtain. Now, I actually used 2 of them because of all the pieces, and I probably could have just used 1 for it, but I don't think I cut it properly. I also, to save time and effort, I cut the bottom on the seam of the curtain so that I was able to utilize that seam. The curtains cost $1.99 for both of them, which was a steal. They were a little dingy, and I went to take them to the dry cleaner. to see if we can dry clean them before I started making them into her costume. And they wanted to charge me $40 to dry clean those curtains. So I was like, for $1.99 curtains, I'm not spending $40 to dry clean them. So, and they're 100% cotton. So I just threw them in the wash machine and they came out great. The dinginess came off and they came back to their, to the white color that they were. So I had to do a few modifications on this jacket because Kaito, I'll see if I could put another picture either of my daughter or of the original, that the back of the jacket has like a blue piece and has blue on the sleeves. So I had to finagle with that. What I ended up doing was putting right sides together. I had the blue piece for the fabric. I had it at the line. I wanted it in the back. And then I had it down. I sewed the seam before I sewed the jacket together. Then I pushed it up to the neckline, the fabric, so that I had a nice clean edge. And then I cut them, well, I think I already had the pieces cut out at that point. And then I just sewed it together on the seam so that the blue was incorporated into it and all the seams were finished kind of on the inside. Also, to help her get it on and off, I did do another lining on it. I did another white lining in it. I think I used the leftovers from my daughter's costume from that same year. And I did a white lining in it, just a polyester. And then I actually hand stitched it along the edge, trying to make it look nice, but I'm not very good at hand stitching. So that was a little difficult. And then for the cuffs, it's a blue and yellow cuff. So I made kind of like a strip set of that. I did a stripe of blue and the yellow in the middle and then a blue on the bottom, made it into one piece. And then I pretty much did the same thing for that. I added it to the cuff. So her jacket cuff went all the way to her wrist, and then I just put it on top of it to give it an extra reinforcement. Because the fabric that I used was quilter's cotton, and the fabric that I made the jacket out of was kind of like a thicker, a little heavier cotton twill. I didn't want just flimsy sleeves, so I just added it to the sleeve. So when I found that pattern, I had bought probably 10 different jacket coat patterns, and I had her look through them and see if they were the ones that we would need. And this is what I try to do with my daughters whenever they want an anime character or anything like that. I try to have them draw it for me, and then we dissect it into pieces so that it's easier for me to find pattern pieces to use, because you cannot go to any Joann's or anything and look for a Kaito pattern. You know, they just don't make it. So I just take bits and pieces of patterns that I either already have, or I take advantage of the Joann's $1.99 sale, and I try to get as many kind of staple pieces that I can modify, because that seems like that's all I really do these days is modify regular patterns. So, and that's my goal for you guys, is that if you are interested in doing cosplay, the best tip I can give you is to look through the Joann's $1.99 patterns that they have and get something that's close to what you're looking for, but just needs a little finessing, I guess to say. So for that whole costume, it probably cost me, maybe including the wig, probably $40 to make that whole costume. It was during the kind of the height of the pandemic, so I didn't really wasn't able to really shop Joann's as much as I had wanted to. So I think I got that blue fabric online, so I kind of paid a little bit. I probably paid a little too much for that blue fabric, but I only needed a yard of it, and I think I still have some left somewhere that I might have used it for other cosplay costumes as well. So she loved it. She looked great. She was comfortable in it because it's real clothing made from real material and not a store-bought costume made out of like that cheap satin plastic stuff. So she looked great. She was comfortable, and you know, she had a great Halloween. We went around the neighborhood and we trick-or-treated, and she just had a wonderful time. So And that is how I made the Kaito costume. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Want to see some more videos of my cosplay? Like I said, the link would be down in the description box of my playlist and also on the end screen. And I hope where you are, the sun is shining. I hope your family is healthy. I hope you get creative for Halloween and make your own costume. You can do it. I have faith in you, and hope you have time every day to be creative in whatever you feel like doing. Thank you for joining me, and see you soon. Bye.